Hi everybody, I'm Jen Spencer. Welcome to Jen Spencer's 10-Minute Book Club. Tonight we have Jennifer Moore, author of Inventing Vivian. And I am really excited for this interview. If you would like to comment or ask a question, please do so in the comment section below. Anybody who comments or asks a question will be entered to win a copy of my new book, Jesse and James, or a copy of Inventing Vivian by Jennifer Moore. We'll leave the comments open for 24 hours, and then after that, we will pick 2 winners. And tonight we will be trying to answer questions as you ask them in the comment section below. And also up above here, I have put links to Jennifer Moore's Facebook page and her other social media links. And I've also put a link to where you can buy her book. I want to show you the cover before we meet Jennifer, because it's just a gorgeous, beautiful cover. And I think you're just going to love the book. It sounds delightful. So I'd like to now introduce Jennifer Moore. Welcome, Jennifer. We are so excited to have you today.
Thanks.
Jennifer and I are friends. Her sister-in-law is a good friend of mine. Is that right?
Yeah.
Sister-in-law. Okay. So tell us a little bit about your book, Inventing Vivian.
Okay. I have a copy right here so you can see how pretty the cover is.
So,
Inventing Vivian is the second in the Blue Orchid Society series. And the series is about these 5 women who are a little bit awkward, who maybe don't really fit in very well to Victorian society. And they meet one time, they're all kind of hiding from a ball. They're hiding in the library, and they all kind of converge there, and they start talking, and they all have a plan to make their lives better, and they help each other. One of them Vivian wants to be an inventor. One wants to be a nurse. And anyway, so that's what, in this book, she wants to get into an exhibition. Those were a big thing in the Victorian era, and she can't unless she has a sponsor. And of course, who was going to sponsor her, but Lord Benedict, who was kind of her childhood nemesis in the Young Inventor Society. So that's
I love that. Sparks fly already.
Sparks fly.
Yet. Well, that's so fun. So tell me, how did you get the idea for this series of books? It sounds really fun.
Oh, thanks. Well, I kind of had finished up a series I had worked on, and I was kind of thinking about what I was going to write next. And so I read a bunch of books to maybe get some inspiration. And I noticed that the women and the girls in the books were always like enemies. They were always rivals, or mean girls, and maybe it was just the books I read or something. And I just thought that's so different from my experience, because women have always been my supporters, and my safe place and my champions, and so I wanted to have these ladies be friends and be strong together, and to encourage each other instead of compete. So that, anyway, there you go.
Oh, I love that. Well, so did you do a lot of research, and what kind of difficulties? I mean, they're kind of ubiquitous, and we kind of feel like we already know, but what difficulties did you find for women at that time period if they wanted to be a scientist or a nurse?
Well, and obviously it's not as bad as it was 50 years earlier, like in the Regency era, but it still was hard that they were just barely able to start inheriting property, and they were starting to try things, but it was still looked down on, especially by obviously lower class people. They worked and they just did it, but higher society people, if you wanted to have a job, it was just discouraged and looked down on. And so that was their hard thing, I guess.
Were there many educational opportunities for women?
Starting to be, but not much, not as much as later. There's always, you hear about that, one woman went to the, whatever medical school, and she's the only one that ever graduated that year or something. So there were a couple, but not very many. So
Well, I love the concept of these books. It sounds so like so much fun. So have you got a favorite moment in your book or a favorite quote that you would like to share with us to get us really
I've been
excited
trying
about
to
it?
think. I actually I have a quote that a reviewer left on a Goodreads review, and it made me laugh. It was so cute. So I'll tell you that one. And she said, Vivian Kirby is the MacGyver of the Victorian era. Isn't that cute? That was so funny. So there you go.
I love that. Well, and just the synopsis just seems so delightful. So it sounds like you tried to put some really fun, delightful humor in it too.
So, I mean, I thought it was humorous. Who knows? You never know what someone's gonna think, but I thought it was kind of cute.
Oh, that's so great. Well, that is so good. And tell us, just tell us a little bit about yourself, and then I want to get to these really strange questions.
Okay. So I live in northern Utah, and I have 4 sons, and they all still live here, even though they're getting older. I have a couple in college, and it was a weird year for college. So everybody did their schooling on the computer. So they just lived in the basement and did that. So anyway,
That was
and
good or not, I don't
yeah,
know.
I don't know. Yeah, good or bad. It was nice for me to have my kids around. So
Good.
I play tennis a lot, and I read a lot. I'm pretty boring. That's what I do.
So I'm really, pickleball is my big thing right now.
Oh,
Have you ever
good.
played pickleball?
Yeah, I have. It's really fun.
It's so fun, but I've heard that if you play tennis, you either have to pick pickleball or tennis because tennis ruins your pickleball game and pickleball ruins your tennis.
Yeah, I'm
I
not
don't know
very
if that's
good.
true.
I'm not very good at pickleball because I'm always trying to, hit it
Yeah,
hard, but it's fun. And the thing about pickleball is you don't have to train to be able to play. You know what I mean? You don't have to learn your grips and
yeah,
all the stuff you have to do. And you can play with a grandma and a little kid, and everybody can kind of play. I think it's really fun.
yeah.
So
That's me. I mean, I'm always the worst player usually when we're playing with my family, but it's okay
but
because
you can still play,
yeah, I'm not horrible. Okay, so what is your guilty pleasure? Have you got any guilty pleasures?
Yeah, here's my guilty pleasure is I love Spanish soap operas. There's and not like Spanish, like Latino like from Spain. They have these great Netflix shows, and they're dramatic, and there's so much slapping and yelling, and it's so I am obsessed
You
with. I
love
just
those.
yes, I get so into them. So
So
there
do
you go.
you speak Spanish or do you just read the
Yeah, but I mean, I did in college and stuff, but I still have to put on the subtitles because they're everybody talks so
you
fast
talk
and
so fast?
uh-huh.
Well, okay, cool. So do you find these on Netflix or where do you find them?
Netflix. Yep. And my
Okay.
favorite one is Morocco, Love in Times of War. So it's so fun. I love it.
Okay.
So,
That's good. I'm always looking for something because I feel like during COVID, I binge watched like everything.
I know.
And now it's like, what else is there?
Yeah, I branched out to Spanish Netflix after after I finished Netflix.
So uh, is there another Netflix show or something like that that you would recommend that we all binge watch besides Spanish soap opera?
Besides Morocco. Ted Lasso. I don't know if you've seen Ted Lasso. I love Ted Lasso. So
I love it too,
love
but
it.
I can't recommend it to anybody because the language is so bad.
Yep, that's right. I mean, I wouldn't recommend it to my mom, but you're right. And I was a little iffy about my younger kids seeing it, but it's so heartwarming and so
It's
cute.
so heartwarming. And
Yep.
after I got done, I felt kind of guilty, but then I thought, oh, the message is so great. Okay,
Yeah,
we'll
and
go with
swearing in a British accent doesn't sound as bad as American swearing, I think. Like, oh, that's fine. They're
Well, and some of
polite.
those words aren't bad to them like they are to us.
Yeah, yeah,
So I guess we can.
I know. I guess we'll give them that. But yeah, I did love that.
Oh,
Ted
that's
Lasso.
funny. I loved that too. Okay, so here's the question. what is the worst movie you have ever seen that you think everybody needs to see?
Van Helsing. Have you seen Van Helsing? It's
With,
terrible.
with Hugh Jackman?
Yes.
Okay.
You know which one? It's terrible. I love it. It's so dumb. But I don't know. I don't, if, you know, when you flip through and it's just on, you know, TBS or something, and I get sucked in. Maybe it's the costumes, or Hugh Jackman. Probably has to do with Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, Hugh Jackman.
But,
he's
and the woman in it is so beautiful. And I love it. I can't remember what her name is.
what her name is. I have seen that, but it's been a very long time.
Oh, it's terrible. But, you know.
Yes, I have many like that. So, okay, so here's my last question.
Okay.
This will reveal everything about you.
Okay.
Okay, you're stranded on a desert island. Would you rather have a year's supply of chocolate or a year's supply of toilet paper? Or an unlimited supply?
Unlimited toilet paper. I like chocolate, but chocolate's not worth it if you have no toilet paper. So,
Okay, that is me too. I would much rather have toilet paper.
yeah.
In fact, I just much rather have my own toilet and nothing else.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll be hungry as long as I have a private bathroom.
Yes, for sure. Okay, good. Woman after my own heart. Well, thank you. It sounds like an amazing book. So I hope everybody will get their copy. And when is the third book coming out?
Hopefully next summer, but it's slow going. I'm still working on it. So anyway.
That's okay. I feel like I'm a slow writer too. Are you a slow writer, or is it just the whole process that's kind of going?
I'm pretty slow. I'm just not, when people say I'll just sit down and type my 5,000 words for the day, I could no more do that. Even if I was awake for 24 hours, I don't think I could write that many words.
Me either. Well, and I take heart. So have you read any Susan Elizabeth Phillips?
Oh yeah.
I love her. And she writes, at least when I heard her speak, she writes a maximum of one book a year. And usually it takes her longer. And that gave me hope, because she is amazing. She's
amazing. She has the best characters. I mean, books of hers that I read 20 years ago, I've still stuck in my head. Their characters. I love her.
Oh, yes. Yes. She's another favorite. So anyway.
She's a favorite.
Well, thank you so much. It's been so much fun. And remember, everybody, please leave any questions you have or any comments in the comment section. We'll leave that open for 24 hours, and then we will choose a random winner for one of my books, Jesse and James, and one of Jennifer's books, Inventing Vivian. But pick it up. You'll also find the links of where to buy it just up above here. And we hope you check it out. Jennifer, thank you so much. It's been a real pleasure.
Thank you. Yeah, that was fun.
All right. Have a great day.